Hello folks, Todd Halleck here today. Another video for you, this time about the wrong way to do asset protection. A recent court case in the state of Kentucky reminded us of a common strategy often used by individuals to protect assets, and that's putting those assets in the name of another individual with the intention that if you get sued, the asset can't be lost, and then when you're ready to have it back, the individual will give it back. In this particular case, it involved a doctor in Kentucky, and he felt it would be safer if his wife owned all of the assets, including the family home, in the event that he got sued. Well, he never got sued, but eventually the marriage between he and his wife soured, and she ultimately filed for divorce. The doctor in this case tried to argue to the court that, hey, that was just a sham transaction. She didn't really own that house. I had transferred my interest into the house just so we could avoid creditors. And so you shouldn't let her have that half of the house. That's a common argument, and it almost always fails. In fact, the most surprising thing in this case was that the judge at the trial court level actually accepted that argument by the doctor, but ultimately it was overturned on appeal. What I tell clients is when you give it away, you give it away. And just because you have some sort of oral side agreement to get it back doesn't mean you'll actually get it back. And sometimes you end up going through a divorce and you don't get the asset back. Sometimes the person you gave it to ends up with a judgment of their own against them. It's not unusual for us to see parents give assets to children with the idea of, oh, we're going to qualify for Medicaid if we need to go to a nursing home, not realizing, well, if the child ends up with a judgment against him or her, that asset could be subject to being lost to their creditors as well. So there's good ways to do asset protection, and there's bad ways to do asset protection. There's ways that can get it out of your control but can still protect it from the creditors of others. And there's ways that gets it out of your control and you have just simply opened yourself up to other people's claims. Giving it away to a spouse, you got to be prepared that if that marriage goes south, this asset is going to them. If you want the world to look at it as if you don't own the asset, you got to live with the fact that you don't own the asset anymore. So tough lesson for this doctor to learn in this case, but hopefully you can learn from his experience and not do asset protection that may actually end up costing you the assets. So I hope this has been helpful today. If you want to talk more about asset protection, certainly give us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you, or definitely talk to an attorney that's competent to help you in this area, and make sure that you're doing the right kind of planning, the planning that will actually get you the results that you want to receive. Take care until next time.